someone's mental health. You knew that. But do you also know which age group is doing the best from a mental health perspective currently in this crazy polycrisis, permacrisis times? What age group is doing the best in these crazy times right now? Boomers, boomers, boomers? No, it's not the boomers. Millennials, X. All right, I'm going to tell you. It is the age group, drum roll, the 40 to 55-year-olds. 40 to 55-year-olds. It's mostly millennials. 40 to 55-year-olds, and I can do a yes because I'm in there. Yes. All right. Where are my 40 to 55-year-olds? Where are we, 40 to 55-year-olds? Oh, look at those smiling faces. Yes. I see a few people identifying as a 40 to 55-year-old. That's fine as well. All right. Now we can celebrate a bit because normally between 40 and 50, we are in midlife crisis age, right? Normally we see mental health going down. Now in these crazy times, we actually are doing better, relatively speaking, than the younger and the older ones. Now this is causing two problems, challenges in the workplace. And the two main ones are, the first one is that most leaders are in this age bracket, 40 to 55, and they're not realizing, they're not aware that they're actually doing better from a mental health perspective than the younger and the older ones. But that they do decision making for all. You decide for all what's best, not realizing that you're doing a bit better than the younger and the older ones. First challenge. And the second challenge is what I call multi-generational friction, where the generations do not really understand each other. Now, what do we see in the research? What do I see in the leadership training when we do talent programs? What does the young talent say about the older colleagues? They say, I'm trying to explain to my boss, my manager, my older colleagues, who I am, what I want, how I see life, but they just don't understand me. I want their understanding, but they're just not understanding me. And that's tough. Now, what do the older colleagues say? And I'm pointing at myself right now. I'm one of those older colleagues. They say, these youngsters. One little crisis and they're crying in the corner. And I'm just saying, come on, youngsters. Work hard, stay positive. I know it's tough times, but we'll get through this. Work hard, stay positive. But they're not listening. They're just not resilient. It's a bunch of snowflakes. Yeah? Have you heard that or maybe said that? I see someone going, yes, yes. That's correct, Thimon. There are non-resilient snowflakes. No, they're not. Growing up the past 10, 15 years, growing up in polycrisis, permacrisis times is very different than what it was for my generation, the over 40-year-olds. What we now see in the research is that the majority of young people suffer from a so-called fear for the future. And this is now an actual anxiety in the world of psychology, psychiatry, a fear for the future. Meaning that if you think of the future, whether it's your own future or the future of the planet, it's a scary and negative place. You don't want to go there, you don't want to think about it, right? A fear for the future. What are the youngsters most afraid of? Of course, long term, it's climate change. Short term, it's their welfare. It's like, will I be able to afford a house, a family, cost of living, the economy, short term and long term. Now, again, this has been all over the news. You will have seen this. Now, what do the talents say? The talents say, yeah, but this is, everyone knows this. But what I don't know, why are the 40-plus-year-olds, pointing at myself, the older ones, why are you still optimistic? Why are you saying, work hard, stay positive, we'll get through this? Haven't you seen the news? Are you that naive, right? So big question from your younger colleagues is, why are the leaders and bosses optimistic and positive? And that has to do